Welcome to the Pure Prison Podcast, a Society First production. My name is Shai Hillman. Before we begin, we want to give an introduction of our goals, and that is to provide a platform that identifies both the problem and the solutions to the criminal justice system. The purpose behind Pure Prison Podcast is to give a voice not only to those who have been impacted by the system, but also to those who are positively impacting the system. Society First wants to ensure that all guests feel free to express their thoughts and beliefs. With that being said, not all views and beliefs of those interviewed are necessarily the views of Society First. With that, we hope that we will inspire you to get involved, for it's only together that we will make a difference. Welcome back to Pure Prison, everyone. We have Chad Marks in the studio. Now, you know he needs no introduction. He has been here before. Where do I go? Blood on the Razor Wire. It was such an incredible read. As you see, it's all bent because I took it on my trip to Arizona with me. It's fantastic. I hope you all looked at it. He also has a new YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about that, but we also have some important issues that are really close to his heart. I know they're important to you, and that's why he's here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on in. What's up, Chad? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Let's just go right into it. Like I said, you don't need an introduction, man. People love you. You're doing awesome things. And not only an author, your book, but man, you're in the paint. You're still working cases. Tell us about that.
Well, like I said, when I left prison, I tell people this all the time. I told dudes when I left, man, I'm going to be the voice of the voiceless, and I meant it. So I came out here. I put a paralegal and prison consultant firm together. Still working. I just got a dude out, man, like 2 weeks ago, had 53 years. So he's out and free. Hopefully I'll be bringing him on my YouTube channel, Blood on the Razor Wire TV. A dude had 43 years. A week before that, we got him out. Working on some big cases, man. Definitely trying to get dudes out and women that deserve to get out. Unfortunately, my good buddy just died, man, last night. I was unable to get him out, man. So it hurt my feelings, man. I'm sad today. But it is what it is, right?
I'm so sorry. And it is. There's so many things in just that short sentence or that short little statement that you made. One, deserve to get out. And that's a key element, deserve. And every time I see you on Facebook, man, I mean, you're just doing the work. Can you tell, a lot of people don't know your story. You were compassionate released. Can you just tell very briefly our audience a little bit about compassionate release and what it entails? Because they're a little confused about it.
Okay, so a lot of people think when they hear the word compassionate release that it means you can only get out if you're sick, but that's not what it means. Congress under President Trump passed the First Step Act in 2018. And in that, they said if you can prove to the judge that there are extraordinary and compelling reasons to reduce your sentence, then the judge can do that. And in many cases, I argue there are extraordinary rehabilitation, maybe the change in law. Some people got life for an 851. They changed that to 25. Some people got 20. They changed that to 15. But they didn't make any of that stuff retroactive. So my argument is that's an extraordinary and compelling reason that Congress said that this is wrong, yet it's not retroactive on top of the rehabilitation. You can't just get out on compassionate release based on rehabilitation alone. So you need other factors. Some of those might be the COVID-19 pandemic, the way that people have been living, men and women in prison eating bologna sandwiches for the last year, not having rec, not having programs. We use that stuff in conjunction with rehabilitation, in conjunction with, changes in law. So you can get out that way, but you can get out when you're sick too. So like my buddy, I mean, he was a poster child for compassionate release, nonviolent drug offender for pills, got a 20-year sentence, had about 11 or 12 years in. They told him 4 weeks ago he had stage 4 cancer. And the prison was lying at Federal Medical Center, Lexington, told his family, hey, we're going to let him out under the CARES Act. Don't worry about it. His sister drove up there 2 weeks ago to pick him up. They didn't let him out. So they were dragging it on, making it look like they were going to let him out. They didn't let him out, and he died. And, I needed 30 days to file with the warden in order to get him out. So he died before the 30 days was up, before we could get to court. It's disgusting, man.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, we did a slight pre-interview, and I can't imagine how that feels. I love so many people that I consider family back there also. Okay, let's talk a little bit about your presence on YouTube. Boy, this thing went like poof. What's up? How do you feel? What kind of you are talking to everybody too, and I love the dynamic because you're talking to the Big Sandy police, you're talking to ex-offenders, you're talking to people that are changing what's going on. I'm so excited for you. Tell us a little bit more about that also.
So part of my plan when I got out of prison was to help save kids from life imprisonment and premature death in the streets through our stories. And when I say our stories, I mean people that have been, in the streets, people that went to prison. And with COVID, it was hard to get into the schools. I was trying to talk to the mayor. I was doing a bunch of things in my city. And then I seen these prison YouTube channels, right? And I'm like, man, that would be a good forum. So I created Blood on the Razor Wire TV to save kids from life imprisonment and premature death. But it's also helping dudes and women too, man, are writing me like, hey, man, I'm really glad that you're doing this. And on my show, we do talk about violence and gangs and things that happen in prison because I say it's real and it's raw. So in order for me to captivate people, man, we talk about the violence because that's what brings the kids in, sadly. Even when I was a kid, I wanted to hear prison stories. So we bring them in, but there's a message in every video, man. There's a message, of hope, of inspiration, a message that, hey, this stuff is real. People are dying in these places, man. Are you built like that? Is that how you want to live your life? And hopefully we're changing people. We're putting a incarceration prevention curriculum together right now. Hopefully we'll be able to teach that in the schools. There's kids dying in my city every day, man. 14-year-old kid just got shot. 18-year-old kid got killed. I mean, so that's what I'm doing, man. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race you are. I care about you, man. I care about these kids because I was once that badass kid, and I went down the wrong path and ended up with 40 years. And by the grace of God, I mean, it's crazy to say I did 18 years almost, but, I was able to learn the law and get myself out of prison. But, everyone's not going to be that fortunate. So hopefully we can stop it before it happens. Even if we change one life, we're doing something, right?
Just one. And that's my goal too, just to reach someone and get my message across. I absolutely love what you're doing. Is there anything else really important? I know you deal with so much every day. When we were texting, you're like, I've got so much I change every day. And it's overwhelming. Are you overwhelmed at all? Are you?
Listen, I hit the ground running, right? Like people are like, you need to get out of jail. You just got to relax. You just did all that. That's not me. That's not how I live. That's not how I lived in prison. I work 14, 15 hours a day. Like I said, I got the paralegal and prison consultant firm, Freedom Fighters, with my partner, Lisa Jacoby. I also recently started a home improvement company where our goal is to help hire felons that are getting out of prison. Because I know dudes that are getting out of prison that done 7, 8, 9, 10 years, they want a job. A lot of them dudes really want a job. They really want to change their lives. And when you come out here, there's not that many opportunities. So I'm doing that. My cousin's pretty much running that. We're partners. And then the YouTube channel. And, talking about saying things important. Yeah, let's say this because I know personally that you're a real advocate, right? And I despise fake advocates. What do I mean by fake advocates? People that think they own prisoners, people that want media clips. They're like, hey, look at this famous dude I'm with today. Or, I was at the White House today. Yeah, well, you were in prison 15, 20 years ago. And, I'm going to say this publicly because, like I said, man, some of my best friends are black, man. Cedric Dean. He's got a SAVE organization in North Carolina, Safeguard, Atone, Validate, Educate. They got incarceration prevention classes. They got Save a Child Month down there in North Carolina. But some of these people, man, want to jump on his bandwagon, and they're like, well, I'm helping this guy, and he's black. Well, you know what, man? There's poor whites in prison. There's poor Hispanics. There's African Americans are disproportionately sentenced. I wrote numerous articles about, African Americans being smashed and going to prison under disproportionate sentences. But, man, you got some of these advocates, man, that they're like, well, look who I'm helping. And help everybody if that's the business you're in. Don't look for media clips. Don't be on there like, yo, look at this rapper I'm with or look at this basketball player I'm with. Man, be real, man, because I know what it's like to be in prison. All these people are trying to make money off people. And I don't have a problem, with people making $1 if you're making a difference, right? But if you're not making a difference, you shouldn't be making $1 off people's backs. And there's so many of these fake advocates out here that, and there's people like hit me on Facebook like, oh, I know I'm so nice to her because I'm trying to get her to help my brother. Man, that stuff's all nonsense, man. Go out there and help your brother yourself. You start writing the White House. You become the real advocate. The stuff that you're doing, man. Like, This is real. You know, I don't do YouTube for money. I know dudes are making money, but I make plenty of money with my paralegal and prison consultant firm. And I do help people for free, people that are legitimate,
Yes,
have a real argument, and they don't have no money. I did the same thing in prison. If you're on the poker table and using drugs, I'm not helping you. I'm not doing your stuff for free. You got money to play poker, I'm charging you. You know what I mean? If you don't have money and you don't have a GED, but you got a legitimate issue, go get your GED. I'll do your legal work for free. That's how I operated, man.
And you know what? I love that about you. And that's how I am. I don't have time for the BS.
Let me give you an example before I don't want you to end the show yet. So people are probably like, well, who's he talking about? And what is he talking about? Here you go. Here's one for you, right? Alice Marie Johnson. She knows what it was like to be in prison. You know, I used to commend her for some of the stuff that she did. But, you know, she went and got Harry O out of prison, right? The rap dude. And he had a couple years left. But you know what, man? There was an African-American woman that deserves to get out of prison, and she was left in prison. And she should have got that slot. It was Michelle West. So those are the type of advocates that I'm talking about, man. People faking. Ain't no problem with her. You know, she's done a lot of good. She helped a lot of people. A lot of people might get mad at me for saying this. But you know what, man? People are tired of the media clips, man. Just do you, man. Do what you were doing. Do what you're supposed to do. Because you have that platform. And when you have that platform, you should use it to get as many people out that deserve to get out. Not just famous people or this guy and Harry O. He had a couple years left. Michelle West has got a life sentence.
Oh.
Yet she's still sitting in prison, man. And, you know, she's an African-American woman. Hey, man, help this lady get out. There's dudes I'm friends with, Christopher Hunter, Bradley Barn. These dudes deserve to get out of prison. So these people have this platform, man, and, you know, all these people in the public, they're on Fox News and CNN. Man, these people ain't really using their platform like the people out here in the public think. And some of these people feel like they got to kiss their butts to try to get some help, man. That ain't cool, man. Like, you don't have to kiss my butt to get help. Just be legitimate and be honest. You know, I had a person hit me up on Facebook and, you know, just said some real nasty, hey, can you help me? I said, give me 2 weeks, I can help you. And then they wrote me back and wrote some real nasty cuss words at me and told me, if I was black, you'd help me. And I just wrote them back and told them, you know what? I got nasty back. I told them, now you're not getting no help. I was going to help you for free. Now I wouldn't help you if you paid me $50,000. I wouldn't help you just because you're nasty. You know what I mean? And I'm not the only person that gets it. I'm sure you get it. And people at FAM get that stuff. And, you know, there's a lot of people out here that get disrespected. And people take advantage of people, man.
Yeah. You know, but there's just, if you're an advocate, you're going to fight. And you're going to fight for every single person. And you're going to fight for the right causes. And, you know, I'm a part of Society First. And that's what we believe. When you said you become the advocate earlier, it takes each family member. You become the advocate for your family member because there's only so many of us. There's only one Chad, and there's only one this person, and there's only one me. But there's so many of us. If we can come together, we have the numbers. I always say it.
We must become the change that we seek to see in others, right? If people ain't helping you and they ain't helping your loved one at the White House get clemency or any of that, you help them. You start doing it. Yeah. You can do the same thing that they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually just printed something this morning because it's something that I don't know how to do, and it's how to write a parole support letter. You know, this is all over the internet. People just, if you've got a family member that is suffering behind those bars right now, start printing paperwork out, start reading.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, right?
Yeah.
Chad, it's always a pleasure. I'm sorry for your friend. And I'm sorry for everybody who's going to lose somebody behind that wall today, tomorrow, this year. Yeah. Be aware, people. Check Chad out. He is doing amazing things. He's on Facebook, Freedom Fires, on the bottom, Blood on the Razor Wire, TV, YouTube. Please order this. It's for a good cause.
We got another interview coming up with an FBI agent too, so that should be coming. Hey, people, I promise they will not be disappointed, man. Hit the subscribe button on that blue Blood on the Razor Wire TV, and I'm definitely going to promote your channel too because I like what you're doing, and you're not faking. So everybody watching this lady is not faking. She's the real deal, and I really appreciate you.
Chad, thank you. And I'm going to try to get your message out. And there's just one last thing I wanted to touch on. Do you have, and we'll clip this, I can edit this. Do you have anything you want to say about what's happening to you personally right now?
No, not. I mean, personally, I'm living my best life.
No,
Honestly.
didn't you send me a clip? I watched it, and weren't they about to come back after you and put you back in jail?
Oh no! Oh, you seen that? Oh no, I had put that out. Yeah, that was the Senator Mike Lee.
Yeah.
They were trying to put me back. They appealed the case. We ended up winning the appeal, and we won. So we're good.
Dude, I'm still over here stressing. This is what I thought we were going to talk about today.
No. We're good.
I was wondering why you texted me back some kind of crazy stuff. I was like, what?
Oh no, I made that video a while ago, but I wanted to put it out there on YouTube because they changed these laws for 924C stacking and 851, and I wanted to get that message out to the senator and to the people that this has to be retroactive. You can't say that the law is wrong and change it, but not make it retroactive for the people that have been in prison suffering and the people's families that have been working hard to get the change that finally happened. Were they appealing my case? Yes, they were. I had former federal judge John Gleason representing me as an attorney, and we won in the Second Circuit, and I'm forever grateful. So I don't have to worry, but they just shot the issue down in the 11th Circuit in the United States versus Bryant. So maybe that case and Sean Hopwood's case, or a former federal prisoner became a lawyer, law professor at Georgetown, phenomenal attorney. I'm sure they're probably pushing this to the Supreme Court. So if you were in New York, you could have got out like I did, but if you were in Florida, you can't, even though you had the same exact case as me. That's wrong.
Love Florida.
Man. I got a guy down there, Akeem Young. He was 20 years old, ended up with 70 years, and he can't get out because he's down in Florida. When the dude should get out, he changed his life. But
I would love it if you and I'm always honest about this. Everybody knows statutes, laws, it's not my thing. It's becoming my thing because it has to be. But anything that you can keep us abreast of, Chad, I would appreciate it. Any of these big laws, especially these federal, if it affects Florida, please keep us abreast of it. I will do anything I can to promote you. Also, I enjoy what I see, and I thank you. And I thank you also for this, for showing the side that my channel doesn't, because that is real. That really, really happens. And the other things that Chad deals with, they really, really happen every day to people that we love inside, and we need to be there to support them. I'm so glad that you won your appeal, because I was literally over here still stressing about it. You've been on forever list.
I was confused when you were like, when I talk about what's going on here. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. And last time I saw was that clip. So thank God.
I'm free. Never going back.
I know that's right. God bless you. Chad, always a pleasure. Anytime we can spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes together, come back on. And like I said, anything that you think we should be abreast of, I'm going to actually be calling you on a personal note with someone here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Your group. All right. So we're going to wrap this up. All right, guys. Well, that was Chad Marks. Thank you so much for coming back on. Freedom Fighters. Let me just jump it back up on there. He's got Freedom Fighters there, and we've got Blood on the Razor Wire TV on YouTube. Please subscribe and like. Leave comments too. We love participation.
For sure.
All right.
You have a good day.
Have a good
day. Bringing me on. All right.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.